Bonnie, now the wizarding world has become quite a dangerous place for all enemies of the Dark Lord. I just wondered if you could tell us a bit about what things are like for Ginny, and also perhaps how she's evolved as a character over the years to the girl we meet in the Deathly Hallows.
Yeah, I think she becomes quite a different, I mean, she doesn't become completely different, but she definitely develops quite a lot. She starts sort of, kind of this quite innocent young girl, and she doesn't really know much. You know, she knows the presence of Lord Voldemort, but she doesn't really know the strength of him. And I think instantly in the second film, when she's taken over through Tom Riddle's diary, she's instantly kind of introduced to this whole dark world at quite a young age, and that instantly brings her closer to Harry in a sense that she understands what it's like. And I think that's the beginning of her kind of awakening in a sense. And I think she quietly quite grows into herself, you know. I don't think she's kind of one of the, oh my God, I'm growing up and it's crazy. But she's, you know, she's quite quiet in a sense of where she finds herself. And she just becomes quite comfortable in her own skin, which is quite difficult, I think, when you're that kind of age, to really feel like you know what you're doing. And I think she managed to achieve that.
Especially with everything else going on. Yes, she's doing very well. And now Molly Weasley, played by Julie Walters, must be one of the best screen mums ever, I imagine, I think, in my opinion. What was she like to work with?
Yeah, it was amazing. She was, obviously when I stepped on set, my first ever scene was with her. So, you know, I've literally been with her since the beginning, and every time I see her in each film, she's like, oh, you were so tall and you were this small, and she's just such a warm and lovely woman that kind of, it's been so nice to be involved within the Weasley family, that she's kind of the head of, you know, for all of us. It's been so nice to not only have my character, but have that unit of the family that other characters don't really have. So I've been pretty lucky to do that. And
the Burrow is always a wonderful place to spend time, isn't it? Whether reading the books or watching the films. Yeah. So, I mean, it has changed a little bit this time around, hasn't it? Things a little darker, obviously, for the Burrow as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think, you know, that really just shows even the safe haven like the Burrow, this amazingly warm family home, is suddenly, you know, it's first kind of destroyed in the sixth film by Bellatrix and Greyback, but then suddenly, you know, for instance, we start with this lovely wedding scene, and that's kind of instantly ruined. So there's, you know, in this world now that we're living in, a magical world, you know, there's moments that, you know, there is such warmth and such happiness, but they kind of end up not lasting for long, and that just shows the kind of the changing times, really.
And I believe that J.K. Rowling wrote a note to Daniel Radcliffe while she was writing Book 7, just saying that it was rather like a bizarre road movie. And I just wondered how far you would agree with that description of the Deathly Hallows Part 1, and what you think audiences will enjoy most about it.
Yeah, I definitely think it's very much kind of a road journey. It's kind of, you know, we're not back at Hogwarts. We're not doing all those usual sort of, you know, beginning of the year Dumbledore speech, you know, obviously not having him there and even just not being there. So it's very different, but I think it's kind of vital for the audience. I think it's going to refresh the kind of the idea that Harry Potter is. It's going to just add something a bit new, and I just think it's going to throw people off in a kind of quite positive way, in a sense, oh, this is a bit different, and just get something quite different from it.
And Daniel Radcliffe said that he'd like to keep a pair of Harry's glasses as a memento, if he's allowed to. If you were allowed to keep a piece of set or a piece of your costume, what would that be?
Oh, that's difficult. I think, just things, for Dan, I guess, you know, wearing the glasses every day. I guess just simple things like, I don't know, the Gryffindor jumper, or, you know, just little things like that you spent so long in, and
Bonnie Wright, thanks very much, and all the best with the Deathly Hallows when it's released in the UK.
Thank you.
Lovely. Thanks very much.